Hello everybody. So in this video we're going to talk about conditions. If. So in your daily life, based on different situations, you make decisions. It's the same in programming. In programming you need to learn to make different decisions based on different events or different situations. So let's create a new file. So this is session 6 .py. So remember, where does this file go? Remember, we opened a folder. It's going to be saved in that folder. So let's declare a variable. Let's say we have a equals 2 and we have b equals 4. Now I'm gonna say if b is less than a, then print hello or whatever. So we have keywords in programming. Keywords, meaning these keywords cannot be used for variable names or function names, or even in some programming languages, even for file names. So this if is a keyword. Alright? So we say if b is less than a colon, so remember this, enter, then print hello. So two very important points here. This is called a comparison operator. That doesn't mean anything. It's just a name. And because we all have some knowledge of mathematics, I think this is completely intuitive. This means less than, this means greater than, this means less than or equal to, this means greater than or equal to, this means equal, so remember, do not use this. This means please put a in b. Put whatever value is in a in b. As we say here, put the value 2 in the variable a. So this is wrong. This is not for comparison. This is for assignment. Use 2 equals. And finally, this means if b is not equal to a. Alright? So we're saying if b is less than a, then do this. If we run this program, nothing will happen. Why? Because b is not less than a. Let's hit F5 and find out. So as you can see, there is nothing printed on the screen. Now what if we wanted to say otherwise? Do that. Meaning if b is less than a, do this. Otherwise, now how can we use such a structure? It's actually very simple. Hit enter and say else colon print. Let's use something more intuitive. Let's say not less than, or let's make it complete. b is not less than a, and here we say b is less than A. Now if we run this program, obviously the program comes here, says is B less than A? Yes. If it's yes, then this happens. If it's a no, then this happens. So the program sees that B is not less than A, so forget about this, and comes to else and prints this. Let's hit F5 and find out. As you can see, it says B is not less than A. Now, you can write whatever commands, statements, expressions, whatever you want here. By the way, there are different meaning for a statement, expression, and stuff like that. We don't wanna be so anal about that. So I can use this much print statements. I can even do something like this. So it doesn't matter how many statements, how many commands you write, all of these commands are going to get launched. Look, let's test it. As you can see, all three happened. Same as here. Okay, now let's make this a greater than. If B is greater than A, do these things. Otherwise, do these things. So blah blah should be written, displayed on the screen. Let's hit F5. And as you can see, this happened. These three statements happened. So what you need to be very careful about is this colon. Remember this, okay? And one more thing. Python is going to group the statements together by indentation. What does that mean? It means if this is here, this is not at the same level as this. If this is here, then this is in level 1, level 1, level 2, and level 3. This is a nightmare. Never do this in Python, okay? This is a nightmare. Always indent well. Fortunately, Visual Studio Code does that for you. Take a look at here. I'm gonna hit enter. When I hit enter, it makes some indentation automatically, and it's one tab. Okay? Forget about why that's the case. Just remember this is the case. So I'm gonna fix these. I'm gonna come here and put a tab here. I'm gonna come here, delete this space and a tab. Now all these three commands are grouped together and is the child of this if. And all these three commands are grouped together and are the child of else. So when this is true, so when B is greater than A, these three happens, and when this is false or wrong, this happens, this three commands. So I hope this is not, I hope I could explain it well. We're going to talk more about if statements later, but for now this is enough to get you going. So happy coding!